Hello, my friends. Happy Friday. Welcome to episode 193 of Why Did I Buy This? I started this series in order to help crafters find unique ways to use products that they have in their collections. But this is an excellent series for those of you who are wondering what you need to get started. My name is Lindsay Mann. I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and I have been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator nearly 22 years. I love to craft and I love to get to share ideas with you. As you tune in, please say hi. Let me know where you're tuning in from. You can also say hello if you're watching the replay. Comments are really helpful to know that I'm not talking to myself, and I really appreciate them, so thank you. Hello, Chris. Hello, Beverly. Good to see you. I taught a class at the City Arts Center last night at the Much Art Conservatory. It was really wonderful. Lots of new crafters. We made 4 Christmas cards. It was lots and lots of fun. So if you're tuning in from that, thank you. And we had my annual Christmas card crank last week and made 20 Christmas cards in an evening. So let me tell you, I have been making a lot of Christmas cards. I have another Christmas card crank, a private one this afternoon for my pals. And I have one more Christmas card class coming up. So if you missed them or if you need some more cards, you're going to want to sign up for November 30th. So that's a week Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. And this one is an over-the-top Christmas card class. So this is going to have fun folds. It's going to have layers. It's going to have lots of stamping. It's a great class to really get to exercise some of those techniques. And it's a really affordable class at $25 or free with a $30 order. This is what I call a pop-up class. So it's when I look at my calendar and I see that I've got a little wiggle room to do an extra class, I throw in a pop-up class. So I'm sorry, I don't have a to-go option for this because it is a pop-up class. It's very, very affordable. And it is one of those classes that has a lot of stamping involved. So it's hard to make to-go kits for, if that makes sense. Hello, April. Good to see you. Hi, Nancy. So yeah. Please sign up for that. I'll make sure I put the link in the comments for you to be able to sign up through the Google form. And then the last thing I wanted to mention is, have you ever wished for a crafty advent calendar? Well, my pal Meg Loven and I have collaborated on the 12 days of crafting advent calendar. And so with that, you're gonna have 12 individual gifts to open. You can choose to open them all at one time, or you can do them one at a time in an advent calendar style. And with each gift comes a QR code for a video so that you can see how to use your crafting supply. This is a really exciting collaboration and it is going to be perfect for any crafter in your life. It's one of those classes that even if you have been an avid crafter for a long time, having the 12 days of crafting is just a moment to treat yourself and spoil yourself through something that you love, which is crafting. So I just wanted to show you, this is my 12 days of crafting, and the QR code here, or the link that's in the comments, is going to get you to that form that will have you filling it out for your 12 days. Now, if you're local, we're gonna organize pick up or drop off, but if you're away, we need to organize, sorry, just one sec. We need to organize, I just have to grab something. We need to organize here it is. The shipping. Of course, Canada Post is on strike right now, and hopefully that's not going to last long, but we don't have any predicting factors for that. So right now I'm just charging the shipping prices for Canada Post, but I am trying to organize other shipping options through either UPS or FedEx. So I will have more details on that when you sign up. You and I can work together on it and figure that out. Hello, Mary. Hi, Sandra. Good to see you. Okay, I'm gonna do the awkward transition so you can see my hands, and then we are gonna get started. Hello, Michelle. Okay, one quick sec, and there we go. You guys know I am a techno genius with that swift transition I just did. Okay, so today we are going to be playing with a very affordable bundle from our mini catalog. We're still working through Christmas right now, and this is the Humble Home Bundle. It is a punch and stamp set bundle, so the nice thing about this is you don't need any other equipment to make this work. It all comes as one thing, and I love a good punch, especially one that has a teeny tiny heart in it. Ironically, I'm not using the heart in today's projects, but I do use this heart on a lot of projects that are unrelated to this bundle, because I feel like a heart is a nice, cute little embellishment that you can throw on to basically anything. You can see here on the sample that Stampin' Up did, that is a way that it could be done. So we're going to move into a few projects today using this bundle, and I've brought in a few other supplies as well, just to really make it exciting. So I have here my favorite color to be working with sort of gingerbread, and that is, now I'm forgetting the name of this color. Why am I forgetting the name of this color? This color is, pecan pie. There we go. Pecan pie is sort of that nice toasty gingerbread color. And I'm going to bring in the little cute gingerbread stamp with it. And we're going to stamp that in Craft. So Craft is a special ink because it's a pigment-based ink. And so it'll stamp onto any color of cardstock and stay white. But the other thing that makes it special is it's not a quick drying ink, so you can use it for embossing. So we have Versamark and we have Craft ink. Those are our two specialty inks for embossing. And right now our Versamark ink is out, so if you're looking for an embossing ink, this is the one that you want to go with. And I'm just going to go ahead and use my heat tool, and I'm going to melt the little powders, the embossing powder that I have stuck to that ink. And once it gets all shiny, you can see up near the chimney there, it's starting to turn. Then it is complete. So having that shiny texture is where we want it to go. Okay, beautiful. So see how it's shiny there? I love that. So now we can bring in our punch, and this is what the punch looks like. Oh, I'll show you the stamp set too. I like this stamp set because not only is it a Christmas set, but it does have a welcome and a thank you and the sweet gift. And this one here is like, if you're a new couple who's giving Christmas cards or Christmas gifts, this is a cute one to make tags with. It's got the to from, easy for tag making. So a really, really cute bundle. I think it's $54.95, I want to say. Okay, we're going to line it up inside the punch and punch it out. And there we've got our little gingerbread house. And then we're going to make a tag for a cute little neighbor gift. So here is something else that's fun about this punch. It's got this little circle on top. And so I'm going to use that to make a tag. So I'm just going to push the tag in, kind of line it up so it's in the middle. Make sure it's not all the way down so that it cuts with the roof. So there we've got our circle. And then what I've done is I've made a template with one of the cardboard backings from our Specially Designer Series paper. And I just cut it at the same angles so that I can use my paper snips and make a simple tag like that. So that makes it very, very easy to make a little tag for you to do gifts. Now, one thing about tags I think about a lot is that most people aren't going to hold on to their tags. I'm just trying to protect you from the lights here from my, there we go. Most people toss their tags. So it's not something I want to spend a lot of money on. You know, you're going to use just little bits of paper. This is a great way to use up paper that you have lying around, maybe scraps. I know you all keep your scraps. I know you do. So this is a great thing to use your scraps for making tags. Now, we recently came out with some new online exclusives, and this one is called the Hearts of Elegance. So you can see it comes with a variety of hearts, both in shapes as well as texture. And so I've just cut out a medium size heart from Pretty in Pink, and then I threw it through my embossing folder, and I get the texture of the trees in the background. Now, I wanted to add just a little bit of texture. And so what you'll see I'm doing is I'm adding things to this tag that give it texture and make it look elaborate without adding a lot of cost to it. So this is our white craft ink. The white craft ink is one of my favorite tools. It is a pigment ink that's intended to refill your white ink pad. So your ink pad comes unfilled, and when you initially buy it, you buy it with the ink refill, but you can buy these separately as well. So if you're not interested in stamping, you could just buy the ink refill. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an aqua painter or a water painter, and I'm going to bring that in and just make a soupy little mess here in my palette. And now I'm going to kind of whitewash over top of the trees. So just, you guys remember whitewash paint. I think it's what Tom Sawyer convinced his friends they needed to help him do. So we're just gonna whitewash over top of the trees, like so. And we're just kind of giving our trees a little bit of a feel of snow. Now I'm gonna bring in my heat tool and just speed up the drying time on that. Okay. Hello, Becky. So you can see we've got that soft, snowy tree look in the background. Okay, so let's start to assemble our little tag. We have a strip of white paper. Again, you could easily pull from your scraps to do that. And we're going to, I'm just going to do this in black. In my sample, I didn't do it in black, but just my black is handy. I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas. I love how little and the font on that. And then we're going to take a pair of scissors, or snips. We're going to trim. And then from the center, we're going to make a snip. And then from the edges, we're going to match up with that snip. And that's going to help give us that flag in a more or less even manner. Sorry, I just missed where I made that. There we go. Okay, now let's go ahead and assemble. So this I'm going to stick on with my tape. And this is gonna go here on top of the, I think it's called Vintage Christmas. Is that right? Then we're going to stamp Merry Christmas. We're going to add that on with a Stampin' Dimensional, like so. And then we're going to add our instant gingerbread. I saw somebody wrote that. That's fun. Like that. And this is going to go here. Okay. And then I wanted to add just a little bit of embellishment. But again, we're trying to keep this really affordable. So with our pearlized enamel effects, we're going to create the illusion of embellishments. And what I love about this stuff is it's self-leveling. So you can put a dot and you'll see how it kind of does the little, the texture kind of pulls it up into a peak, but then it lands back into a smooth dot. And you have, you know, a bazillion embellishments you can use with this little pearlized effects. And this one comes with white, black, and red. So there you go. That's our tag ready to go. And here you can see what it looks like when we stick it onto a Bath & Body Works soap. A very perfect little neighbor gift for somebody to be able to pass along, added with some thread, and then you can put your little message on the back. So just super, super cute and simple and affordable, which is great. Once you've got the bundle, you're good to go. Now, let's move on to our next project. This time I'm bringing in copper clay. Copper clay is one of our in colors. It will be one of our retiring in colors. So this is one of the ones that we hopscotch every 2 years. So this one is in its second year. And this time from the Humble Home, I'm bringing in the brick house look. So I'm going to take my copper clay and I'm going to stamp it here. And then I'm going to build my roof on top. So the reason these are separate is if you wanted to do your roof a separate color, you could. I'm going to make them the same, just like that. And now we're going to punch that out with our coordinating punch. So we'll flip it over and just like that. Okay. Now I'm gonna just speed up my classic ink drying. You don't have to do this normally, but I'm gonna do a little bit of embossing and I'm trying to get it to not stick to the embossing. But the other thing I'm going to do to help that is bring along an embossing buddy. So this is part of our embossing essentials pack. So you'll notice that there's just a bunch of very fine powder. It takes away the moisture and the static that could cause the embossing powder to stick. Now, one of the stamps in that stamp set is the door and windows. So I'm going to ink that up with our craft ink and stamp that. And now I'm going to bring in the embossing powder and we're going to emboss that. Just like so. So if you just kind of tap it on the back, it'll help remove any of the powder that shouldn't be there. So once again, I'm gonna heat that up. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the heat tool, it gets really, really hot, like oven hot. So don't get your fingers in the way of that. And also just be mindful of what's underneath. That's why I have my glass mat underneath. It helps to protect my work surface from the heat of the heat tool. So there we've got our teeny tiny little windows and door. Cute, cute, cute. And I'm gonna bring this in on my, I think this one's called Stitched Essentials. Stylish Shapes, that's what it's called. So I have my old olive here, and we're going to stamp From Our House to Yours. Such a nice sentiment at this time of year. So we'll stamp that here on the side. And then we will add our little house. Love it. Like that. And then I have brought in another fun embossing folder. So this is, I think it's called Falling Snow. Oh, you guys know I'm so terrible with the names, but I've run it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Can you make out the texture on that? And what I wanted to do was add a little bit of glitter in the background. So there's a couple of ways you can do it. The first way is you can use your Wink of Stella, and I'm just squeezing a little bit into my my palette here. And you can even make it go a little further by spraying some alcohol into it. So you can go ahead and pick that up and then tap it on, and it gives you that nice sparkly shimmer. But the other thing you could do is take that Pearlized Effects and again, just go ahead and mix it with the alcohol. And now we're gonna tap that, and now it gives you white shimmer in the background. So can you make that out in the video? I don't know if you can see it, but it looks really nice in person. Okay, the final step is we're going to take a little banner that we've made, and this is not quite long enough for this circle, so I'm gonna cut it in half. And then using our adhesive, we're just going to stick that behind, and let me show you the finished project. So here, you can see what it looks like. Can you make out the shimmer? Tell me if you can in the comments. Yeah, and then I've just added some of our faceted gems to it. And I love this teeny tiny little wreath. That's part of the stamp set too. It's super, super cute. Okay, we're gonna move on to the PYP, and today it is truly a PYP. I thought this was really cute. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. So let me show you what we're gonna do. So I've got an oldie but a goodie. This is still available. This is called Mini Pocket Envelope Dies. So what I love about this mini pocket is it is sized to fit a gift card, and you can fit it onto a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 sheet of paper. So like, you know how you can cut your paper into 4 sheets? So you can get 4 of these out of 1 sheet of cardstock. The other thing I love about it is there's lots of little pieces for creating tags and labels. You've got this nice scalloped one, you've got this rectangle one, you've got a cute little tag, you've got this stitched oval, and then this is for making a bow. So you can fold that up and make a bow. I've made this in other videos before. So what I did, I wanted to make a box instead of an envelope. So I thought, how could I do that? So I cut this twice, and I was able to cut them like this. So I'm going to bring in my pecan pie, the coordinating color, and a little blending brush. And yes, I was like, why does that look? It's fine. I'm going to just go over the edges because we're going to kind of play on the gingerbread look. And we want it to look like, you know how gingerbread gets kind of roasty around the edges? We want it to have that feel of being kind of roasty. So we're going to go over the edges here. Just like that. Okay, lovely. And then we're going to do the same thing over here, but this time, yes, we want it like that. So this, we're going to go just over top. Pecan pie is one of my favorite neutrals. How many of you have it in your collection? It's a gooder. If you don't have it, put it on your wish list. Okay. Just a little easier to do it before you assemble the box. And I just noticed I'm going to do it through the center here too. Okay, next step is we're going to assemble the box. So I need my tear and tape. This is actually left over from the Haunted House kit. It's nice when you have kits that have extra supplies. So I'm going to do that and that. Nope, this is going to go on the end. Is that right? No, it does go on the outside. Never mind. Like that. And then like that. Oh, you guys are quiet. Are you watching with anticipation? Yeah, it's exciting. Okay, so I'm going to give this just a good press. And we're going to take that off. It's a little bit wet still because I put the blending brush on it. So this is going to line up here. And this, we're going to give it a press. And now this is going to fold in. And all of this folds like that. And this sticks like that. Okay, so there we've got our 4 sides. Already you can see the gingerbread look to it, right? So you're like, oh, but Lindsay, there's no bottom. Aha, I thought of that too. So here is how we're gonna remedy that. From that same Stylish Shapes dies, I cut out a stitched rectangle, and lo and behold, it's exactly the size we need to fit on the bottom. Yay! Okay, so we're gonna remove our tear and tape backings. Right, April? I know, I love it when that happens. So we're gonna do this here, okay? And then we're just gonna fold these pieces in. So this is gonna go on the one side, just make sure I have it lined up. There we go. And then this is gonna go on the other side, like that. And then you can even take your pick, and I just didn't take the lid off, and I'm just pressing it down so it gets a nice thing. So it's not going to be something you put little things like that are going to fall out the corners, but it's just enough to give you that little base to it. Now, the other thing I wanted to do was add some splatter, of course. I love me some splatter. So again, with the white craft ink that we've created this little puddle, I'm gonna use that, and I'm just gonna tap, and I'm gonna do all 4 sides. Okay, and you're gonna let those dry or heat it, use the heat tool, and then finish it. And then we're gonna bring in a piece of pecan pie scrap here. And we're gonna do that same embossing that we did before with that stunning little gingerbread stamp. So ink and stamp. And bring over our white embossing powder. I don't always use my embossing buddy if I don't have other ink laid down first. This just helps make it a little bit quicker. But some of you I know are pretty religious about that, and that's okay if that makes you feel better. But I find that often I don't need it if there's no other ink. We don't have a lot of humidity where I live either. So that probably helps. For those of you who have humidity, you might have more like fingerprints on your paper. Okay, so before I cut it out, I'm gonna do the same thing here with my pecan pie ink, where I'm gonna add just a little bit of shading around the edges because we want it to get that feeling of it's come out of the oven. So this is just kind of, with the PYP stuff, you know, we go a little bit extra with that. Okay, and then we're going to use the punch, and we're gonna punch that out. Like so. Okay, now this cutie patootie needs some decoration. And I know we're out of our peppermints again, but maybe you have some in your collection. And so you can add a little peppermint. I mean, how stinking cute is that, right? I love that. And then the other thing I wanted to do was close up the box. So let's pretend I've already put the goodies inside. So once again, I'm gonna bring over my punch, and we're going to use that hole that's on the top. So I'm just going to slide that in like that. And then over, can you guys see it? And then over here, same thing. Just make sure you're not catching the corner in any of the other pieces there. So we've got those two little bits. And then we're going to bring in some ribbon. And we're going to, okay, all of our goodies are inside. We're going to shut this up. So I'm just using my ribbon to pull through the circles. And it really helps to have a pointy end on it. Just like that. And now you're going to tie it down like that. So it gives kind of that fairy tale shot. It's not going to be a closed type box. This is purely for cute, right? So then just tie a bow and then pull the ends until you get it looking nice. And then you can trim the excess so that you have it the length you want. Okay. So there you can see is our little gingerbread box, and here we've got our little gingerbread house. So let me just go ahead and show you the finished project. So here I've added in some cutouts from, oh, I always forget the name of this designer series paper. Let's see if I can look it up quickly. It's the one that has the cutouts in the mini catalog. This one is called A Little Bit Festive, and it is back in stock. So you can see I've added the trees to the background. And there you can see is a little tag with the to from the stamp set, and the heart is from the stamp set. And there is our little gingerbread adjacent gift box. So super, super cute. Do you like that one? Then I'm gonna just quickly show you the projects in case you're tuning in. Here you can see we've got a Christmas card from our house to yours. And here we have a little neighbor gift with some Bath and Body Works soap, and this one has the affordable tag using up your scraps that you might have in your craft room. So if you're wondering, Lindsay, why don't I have these products, head to my online store and you can shop away. It's always nice to be able to craft with you. Remember that if you wanted to participate in the 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar, now is the time to sign up. We've actually extended the deadline for the free bonus gift until November 26th. We've had a massive turnout. Thank you so much to those of you for your 12 days participation. But we just wanted to make sure that those of you who wanted to participate would still get us something just above and beyond in this amazing gift. So be sure to go ahead and follow the prompt through the link, fill out your information, and then I will be in contact with payment details. So yeah, 12 days, a little bit more time to get an extra bonus gift. Okay, my friends, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and I hope you enjoyed today's project using the Humble Home Bundle. Bye for now.